Today, I went to the Apple store and I had a full hour with the iPod Touch. I was specifically focusing on the screenshot that you see here, what comes with it. Let's begin with VoiceOver. Now, really quickly, for those of you who are not aware of it, VoiceOver is a screen reader. What is a screen reader? Well, it's right in the name. It reads the screen. It takes what is presented to you on screen and it will read it to you. Now, there are a couple of things that screen reader is notorious for not being able to handle. Photos, for example, right here are one of them. The most it could give you would be the image name, which, given this came from another source like a camera, for instance, it would be picture 0001. That's how VoiceOver would identify it. Well, they managed to take the VoiceOver screen reader from the Mac and smash it into the iPod. And oh, that just sounds so weird. Smash it in there. But really, it's true, because I mean, you have baby OS 10, you have baby VoiceOver, and baby VoiceOver is right. In case anybody's curious, Mac users, press Function Command F5 if you have a MacBook, and if you have an iMac with the wireless keyboard or the new wired keyboard that came out recently. If you have a full-sized keyboard, Command F5 should do you just fine, provided they have not rearranged the numbering, which I think they may have, so try both. Command F5 or Function Command F5. You will get a very pleasant male voice. His name is Alex. VoiceOver on the iPod Touch ended up with the nuanced vocalizer. The voice is Samantha. So it's a different voice. The quality is good for a portable device, but it's not near as good as Alex. But you need to understand the iPod Touch does not have the processing power to handle it, to handle Alex. But voice aside, here's the drill. Like I said, I spent an hour with it. And once you get the feel of the keyboard, typing is a breeze. One of the things you can do on the device is, in fact, sighted users, I dare you to do this. If you have an iPhone or you have an iPod Touch, you go into Settings, General, Accessibility, VoiceOver, and you can turn it on. And then, what I want you to do is I want you to tap 3 fingers on the screen 3 times. Basically, you take 3 fingers, like side by side, say your index, middle, and ring, and triple tap. What that's going to do is that's going to turn off the screen, and then you're going to be navigating completely through voice. I dare you to do that, and tell me what you think. And once you get a feel for the keyboard on the iPod Touch, the typing is a breeze. Now, for those of you who use Mobile Speak on a Windows Mobile Professional device, try and think of the Mobile Speak keyboard squashed down to about 50% of the size. But the keys are nice and big, very easy to find. It's a standard QWERTY keyboard layout. Down in the bottom corner where the function key would be, that is where the key lives to swap between ABC and numbers and punctuation. And you can get a feel for the keyboard. And like I said, once you get the feel for it, it's very, very nice. Now, understand that I do have a first generation Touch, and I've been typing on it for a year and a half, so I'm used to it. But for new people, it will be a bit of a learning curve. But once you get past that, it's going to be a breeze. And I just discussed the 3-finger triple tap that allows you to turn off the screen. And right down here, this triple click home feature, I actually looked into that. That's really sweet. You can set it up to where if you press the home button on your iPod Touch 3 times, you can have it set to activate VoiceOver. You can have it set to activate this white on black feature, which essentially what it does is it takes, for example, this white on black, the actual text itself. That would go white. What you see before you, this white background, that would go black. This area here, I think that would sort of go like a beige gold color. The button here would go, oh shoot, how would I explain this? This would definitely go a shade of orange. So it's high contrast, essentially. So you can turn that on. Or you can have it ask. And with asking, it will ask you what you want to do. if you want to turn on VoiceOver, Zoom, or white on black. And Zoom is the magnifier, and we'll get into that in just a moment. Magnification on this thing was like super easy. You can zoom in on games and video, and why would you want to do that? Well, let's put it this way. Let's say you're playing a game and you can see it okay, but you can't see the controls or the information. If you pause the game and you triple tap, triple tap twice with the zoom on, that will zoom in and you can pan around the game screen and take a look at your status, provided the game, has that ability. But I do think also that the new iPod Touch might have the ability to connect to a TV. Don't quote me on that. I just saw that. I thought I read that somewhere, but I'm not 100% sure myself. So you have the panning is easy. You can pan with 3 fingers. Zoom in, like I said, double tap with 3 fingers to zoom in and out. One of the other things that you can do with the VoiceOver utility is, and this came as a surprise for me, you can turn off speech by triple tapping twice. And I'm not sure why. This is in VoiceOver, by the way. You turn off the speech, the VoiceOver cursor remains active. So I'm not sure why they provided that feature. I'm thinking in my head, possible software upgrade for Braille support in the future. We'll just have to wait and see. With the Zoom utility, let's see. I think that's everything with the Zoom utility. Oh, there's one more thing in VoiceOver. You go into VoiceOver, towards the bottom, there's a button there that says Practice Gestures. You go in there, and you can go ahead and practice all the gestures. Now, one thing to note, when it says navigate to the Done button when you're finished, you cannot do that by scrolling left or right like you normally would, because you're in sort of a what I would call touch screen help mode, similar to a keyboard help and other screen readers. And you would have to essentially locate it manually. And I can tell you that the Done button is in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, and you could just move your thumb around the screen in the area where you feel the right-hand corner is, and it'll guide you to it. So, but overall, in about an hour with VoiceOver, Zoom, and the white on black, all those features, and the triple home feature. If you have a first-generation iPod Touch, or you've been looking at getting an iPod Touch, and you're not sure about it because you're like me and you may have trouble seeing it, go for the 32 and 64 gig third-generation models. Full accessibility aboard for a very reasonable price when you consider the other options out there, and definitely a 10 out of 10. That's pretty much it. Oh, is there anything I would like to improve upon with VoiceOver? There is one thing, and this is just me. I'd like to see more voices. Maybe have vocalizer Tom in there, just as a little, just a choice. Maybe there is. I didn't see anything, but maybe there is. Anyway, thank you for and if not, maybe there will be. Thank you for watching. Comments are welcome. Insults against me will get you blocked. And have a nice day.